Hello everyone, this is Kevin T. Rodriguez, film critic of iCritic.net, and today we want to talk about D23. Now what is D23? That is an exclusive club, well not only not that exclusive, anyone can sign up for it. It's not Club 33, but it's a Disney fan club, and if you are a member, you get a bunch of perks like discounts at the park, discounts to their D23 convention, and a nice little magazine every month. But when you start, you get a little bit of a starter kit, and that's what we're going to look at today. Now, with your, first starter kit for D23, you will first of all get a D23 magazine. Now, this cover is not finalized. This is just what they happen to be giving out at the time I signed up. So you can see it's Coco. In the back, you have, I got the gold membership, and it comes with the card, and it has this little letter, which reads, "Dear Kevin, we are delighted to have you join us as a D23 Gold family member. To get the most out of your membership, make sure you visit d23.com regularly for breaking Disney news, D23 exclusive stories, special discounts and offers, giveaways, and more. Stay tuned for Fanfare, our weekly e-newsletter, and connect with us at Disney D23 on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube, and Disney.D23 on Snapchat to make sure you never miss a Disney beat. Plus, D23 continues to bring exclusive events to members, including tours of the Walt Disney Studios and archives in Burbank, which I have been to both of them when I wasn't a member. My life has been pretty blessed, I have to say. Member mixers across the country and much more. And remember, your D23 Gold family membership entitles you to bring 3 guests with you to select D23 member events. Your first issue of Disney 23 Magazine, personalized membership certificate, membership card, and annual member gift are enclosed. So, let's take a look at what's in here real quick. I haven't opened this, obviously, and ooh, it's not new anymore. It's officially not new. So, let's take a look. So, obviously, there's the letter, as you can see. You have the gold member card, which looks very nice, and you have a little gift certificate which has gold on the back. So that's what you get. That's the start. But here's what else you get, and this is what we're really going to be looking at. You get another box called Disney's 9 Old Men. And this thing is a treasure trove of little collectibles that you get in. And what you comes with a box with stuff and a list of what all these things are. So I'm going to read this while I show you, but the first thing we have is a Mickey Mouse animation drawing by Les Clark, circa 1937. And the importance of this is that this is the first of the 9 to sign on at Disney. Les Clark joined just in time to contribute to Steamboat Willie. Les became the Mouse Maestro, establishing Mickey as a cinematic superstar in such shorts as Mickey's Kangaroo and Magician Mickey, which is seen here. So that's one thing. I got to be careful because I don't want this stuff to... Also, we have a Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs Premiere Police Pass. And with this, after years of intensive creativity, Walt's first animated feature was given a glamorous Hollywood premiere on December 21st, 1937. The 9 Old Men never forgot the impact of their animation on the big screen, which moved sophisticated Tinseltown audiences to both tears and cheers. So there's that. And this one I actually think is kind of cool, although there's a lot of cool things in here. We have a Dopey Fan Card, which is circa 1937. Drawn by Ollie Johnson, the irresistible portrait of the breakout star Snow White was sent by the studio in reply to fan mail, while also signifying the 9 Old Men's talent for creating unforgettable characters for each new Disney film. I'm assuming that if you got this in the mail, it probably wasn't signed in person. It's probably looks pretty much like this, but it would have been cool to have gotten this if you were way back when. Now, I don't know if a lot of people are going to appreciate this, but as always, I certainly do. And this is a Walt Disney Interoffice memo to Milt Kahl, 1939. Walt sent this signed memo in warm recognition of Milt's contributions to the phenomenally popular and praised Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and by extension to all the 9. Walt's inclusive message belied the skeptical claims that he never extended credits to his artists, which continues to keep popping up from time to time. Oh, another thing we have another Walt Disney Studios Seasons Greetings card, 1939. The elaborate Disney Studio card created for Christmas 1939 commemorated Pinocchio, due to be released in February 1940. The card was signed by Walt and his main artists, including all but one, which was Mark Davis of the 9 Old Men. Now, let's also look inside. This is what it looks like on the inside. And we have Jiminy Cricket. But by the way, how cool would that have been to have gotten that in person? That would have been awesome. So let's see here. What we also get in here, we have a Jiminy Cricket animation drawing by Ward Kimball, which is 1939. Designed and animated by Ward Kimball, wisecracking, warm-hearted Jiminy Cricket was a lively and late in production addition to Pinocchio. The conscious Cricket instantly became a Disney icon, hopping across other productions through the years, including the Mickey Mouse TV series, of which, if you've seen some of my other videos, I've got many of the Mickey Mouse Club TV series on DVD. Next one. We have a Ben Alligator animation drawing by John Lounsbury, 1940. The fun and entertainment value John Lounsbury consistently imparted to his characters are evidenced in this pencil drawing for the Dance of the Hours segment of Fantasia, portraying the animator's own favorite character in flamboyant action. So, this is a nice one. This is a nice one. I like this one. A dinosaur animation drawing by Wooly Reitherman, acclaimed for his powerful animation, although that kind of, personally, I think he took a dive later years. I mean, Robin Hood, seriously. The versatile artist also created costumes for the characters. Oh, sorry, wrong one. Wooly Reitherman conveyed dynamic strength in his penciled performances, evident in this animation drawing of the battling dinosaurs, later the inspiration for the attraction of the 1964-1965 New York World's Fair and at Disney parks for the Rite of Spring sequence in Fantasia. So, what's also kind of nice about this is, like, on the back, they reproduce it as if it was like an actual drawing. I mean, I know it's a reproduction, but that little detail's just, that's neat in my opinion. It should also be noted that with all these reproductions, like the gator, on the back there's like, it's as if like, the pencils kind of bled into the paper over time. So they may be reproductions, but they are fabulous reproductions. You could almost convince people they were the real thing if you framed them. Let's see here. Now, for this one, we have a Cinderella ball gown, primarily designed 1948, so we jumped a few years. Mark Davis brought more to Disney animated films and superb character animation. The versatile artist also created costumes for the characters, including Cinderella's ball gown, a fitting task considering Mark animated Cinderella's magical rags to riches transformation, Walt's favorite piece of animation in any of his animated films, which of course is super iconic. I mean, it's so iconic that when people watch the movie, they're actually kind of surprised how many mice there are in the movie. Like, what's with all the mice? I thought this was like magic and gown and stuff. And it's like, yeah, it's there. It's a very small part. Now, let's see this next one. I'm careful. I want to be careful because I don't want to accidentally bend too much of these. But here we have Captain Hook by Frank Thomas, 1952. Whether animating a villain or hero, Frank Thomas was the master of emotion. The sensitive animator drew a superlative portrayal of the self-centered, self-pitying Captain Hook, making the iconic pirate at once elegant and menacing, while also bringing new dimensions of humor to the Disney villain. Now, it's interesting because I don't think Captain Hook is a menacing villain at all, but I was talking to friends who have a 2.5-year-old, and I guess Captain Hook does appear to bring some menace still to kids. So, yeah, but it's a good art piece. Even if Peter Pan is not one of my favorite movies, which is why I didn't need 2 of these, but we also have this. And this is a Peter Pan fan card, beautifully illustrated for the Disney Studios' first fan mail department. This postcard-like fan card artfully evokes the enchantment of Walt Disney's Peter Pan, one of the few features on the set of which each of the 9 old men worked. So dynamic were their contributions that this astounding achievement in the art of feature animation is pure pixie dust. I mean, it's a nice card. It's a nice card. Keep in mind, for those of you watching YouTube who might not understand what a fan card is, back then we didn't have the internet. You had to write a letter to the studio, and the studio would usually send you something back like this as a way of saying thank you for taking the time to not only watch their movies, but to write to them. Now, this is another one of those things that some people might not necessarily appreciate, but I sure as heck do. This is the Disneyland Story Production Report. For Disney's groundbreaking entry into weekly television, Walt made sure animation was well represented by 4 of the 9, as indicated by the names on the in-house filming report. At one time or another, Walt featured all the 9 old men on camera during the run of the TV show. So this is basically a TV schedule, is what this is. And there's also some writing on the back. But, you know, if you want to see what notes for TV shows back then looked like, this is... that's pretty much what it looked like. Also, if you want to know, for you screenplay fanatics out there, check this out. This is a script page for Disneyland TV episode Tricks of Our Trade 1956, an episode I am now going to be looking to see if I have on DVD, just because now I need to know. But Tricks of Our Trade offered a fun and informative look at the techniques used in the art of animation. As seen in this expert from the show's shooting script, written by animation veteran Dick Humor, Walt showcased 4 of his key animators complete with close-ups as the true stars of the show. Walt was always loyal to his animators. Now this, okay, so this I'm going to have to hold with 2 hands because it doesn't look like much when you just do this. The box might unfortunately end up showing. Okay, there, that'll work. But we open this up, and this is the Art of Animation book spread from 1958. Walt commissioned this book, written by journalist Bob Thomas, who later would write the first major biography of Walt, to celebrate his animation staff. This spread features an iconic photo of the 9 old men surrounded by their autographs, reproduced from a unique copy in the Walt Disney Archives. This piece marks for an impressive memento representing the group. So yeah, this is pretty cool. Not my favorite piece in here, but this is definitely pretty cool to have. And for those of you who are wondering if that was the end of the reproductions in terms of the animation, nope, it is not. It is not. You get more animation reproductions, like this one. And this is a Pongo and Puppy animation drawing by Eric Larson, 1960. With his affinity for animals, Eric Larson graphically portrays a Dalmatian father caring for his canine child. 101 Dalmatians introduced a revolutionary exography process through which the animator's original drawings were directly transferred to cell, a look that the 9 old men particularly liked. Now, as for the Xerox process, I'm not going to go over it here. Let's just say it definitely cut back on cost of the money, but you can search YouTube. There's probably other videos out there explaining what it is, and it's really impressive. It kind of did for 101 Dalmatians what computer animation would do for, you know, like Beauty and the Beast and Hunchback of Notre Dame and Lion King later. Now then, the next thing we have in here is a Disneyland postcard for Pirates of the Caribbean. I mean, that's pretty much what it is. This was from 1967, and it says Disneyland showcased Mark Davis's concept art, a brilliant combination of story, characterization, and design on postcards celebrating Pirates of the Caribbean after transferring to WED Enterprises, now Walt Disney Imaginations, in 1961. Mark was a major creative force behind one of the most elaborate and most beloved Disneyland attractions ever created, and hopefully this iconic scene, unlike the bride auction scene, won't be tampered with in the future. But I guess we'll have to see. All right. This is a Shere Khan character sketch by Milt Kahl, 1967. In these sketches, Milt Kahl, master of both animation and character design, explores the contemptuous character of Shere Khan from the Jungle Book, arrogant but still appealing. The disdainful tiger's personality is conveyed through a few draft pencil strokes. Now, what's this thing? Oh, okay, this is kind of cool. We have a promotional handbill for the Aristocats here. So what it says here is this promotional handbill from the initial release of the film shines a spotlight on the new cast of characters for the Aristocats, created by several of the 9 old men The reference to box office was prescient. The film was a big hit, ensuring the continuation of Disney animation without Walt. Although I would argue the Aristocats might have been like a box office hit, but it's one of the least memorable out of all the Disney movies, I'm sorry to say. Now then, let's see here. Ooh, oh man, this one's kind of cool. This one is very, very cool. We have a Disney studio photograph. This is from apparently 1972. And it says, with artwork from Robin Hood as a backdrop, the 9 old men gathered for a rare group photo as the Disney Company approached its 50th anniversary in 1973, approximately 4 years before John Lounsbury's death in 1976. So that was awesome. This is another thing that I'm kind of interested in. It's like, you're invited to a special preview. And yeah, so this admission admits too. Now, what is this? Let's see here. According to this box, this is an Alice in Wonderland preview invitation, 1974. A new generation rediscovered Alice in Wonderland, especially at the sold-out screenings at the 1973 Walt Disney Productions 50th Anniversary Film Retrospective at Lincoln Center. This invitation invited fat cats of every stripe to a preview during the film's first reissue in 1974 and was a vindication of the unbridled mad creativity of the 9 old men, all of whom worked on this classic. So that's kind of a neat thing to include. Now then, here, this is probably the most substantial out of all but this is a recruitment brochure. Like, this is what they would send out to recruit animators. And according to the box, which this was from 1977, as the 9 old men began to retire, Disney sought to ensure the legacy of art of animation by instituting Disney's animation training program. Using artwork from then-current projects, this brochure detailed the animation process of the studio, as well as how to submit a portfolio for consideration. This is an interesting one to read, by the way. And we have, okay, this one's funny. Eric Larson's 50th anniversary pinback buttons. Now I guess you are going to see me reading the box from this one, because this thing isn't big enough to cover up my face. But it's it says, with a character drawn by legendary Disney animator and director John Musker. No, Clements retired recently. John Musker's still there. One of the many artists mentored by Eric Larson in Disney's animation training program. This button celebrates Eric Larson's 50th year with Disney Animation. The last of the 9 old men to leave the studio, Eric retired in 1986, but thanks in large part to his guidance, their legacy lives on today. And there's one more thing of note that's particularly noteworthy about this. And this is the Disney Legends Award Ceremony program. Now, this is a fairly recent thing. The first one was in 1989. And according to this, Disney celebrated the art of animation, the very foundation for every Disney success, by introducing the 9 old men along with Disney animator Ub Iwerks as Disney Legends, the company's highest honor. The July 19th, 1989 ceremony was attended by the 4 starring 9 old men, Mark Davis, Ward Kimball, Ollie Johnson, and Frank Thomas. Now, what's it look like inside? Well, as you can see, that's what the award looks like. We have this little written thing by Michael Eisner. I believe that was his speech. And, you know, this is basically a program for a ceremony. Now, for those of you who want to know what Eisner said, he said, "On behalf of the Walt Disney Company, I would like to welcome everyone at the Disney Legends Awards ceremony. The Disney Legends Award program honors individuals whose body of work has made a significant impact on the Disney legacy. This program is supervised by a board of directors and administered by the Disney University. Today, we are gathered to honor not just one, but rather 10 individuals and to initiate them as the founding recipients of the Disney Legends Award. Comprising this founder circle are Ub Iwerks, master animator and creative genius, and Walt's 9 old men, Les Card, Mark Davis, Ollie Johnson, Mick Call, Ward Kimball, Eric Larson, John Lounsbury, Wooly Weatherman, and Frank Thomas. Collectively, they helped establish the Walt Disney Company as the preeminent provider of family entertainment in the world today. The impact of their work is immeasurable, And as we recognize our outstanding achievements, I hope you will join me in honoring these Disney legends. Enjoy, Michael Eisner. And by the way, that even though it's a reproduction, I actually have a real Michael Eisner signature. If you want to see what that looks like, subscribe to the Autograph Hound channel. I believe the link is below in the description, and I'm going to do an episode on that. But, yep, this is, and it ends with a quote from Walt Disney that says, "I am in no sense of the word a great artist, not even a great animator. I have always had people working for me whose skills were greater than my own." So basically, he was a producer. Now, at the bottom of this box that I have been reading from this side, you have the 9 Old Men. And this is just a very, very impressive collection of reproductions that, you know, there's nothing, none of this is original. They're all reproductions. So before anyone gets too excited, you're not going to sign up for the D23 thing, membership and wind up with something that's going to be worth $1 million down the road. It's just not going to happen. But considering D23 is about the fans, this is a very impressive starter kit. You get the magazine, you get the card, you get the letter, you get the certificate, of which I kind of want to frame. It looks so nice. And you get this. Now, I think this typically goes for like $100 to start with, but if you save your Disney Movie Rewards points, you can get this for, I think, about 3,500 points. But I'll confirm that later on. In the meantime, I hope you enjoyed the unboxing. I hope you enjoyed looking at this with me. If you did, give this video a thumbs up, comment below, share this video, subscribe if you want to see more like it. And if you really like videos like this and want to see more like it, consider becoming a Patreon member for $1 a month. And I will see you guys next time. Oh, by the way, one more thing before we leave. This sticker advertises a glow-in-the-dark cover. Hold the light up. Hold up to the light to reveal. So, let's hold it up to the light. I think that's good enough. Let's go over. Let's turn off. And there you go. That's, I guess that's neat. You know, little bonus for you guys. Okay. Thanks for commenting and liking and subscribing. Bye.